Welcome to SFN, your preeminent source for space and defense news and all things tangentially related. We're your hosts, loyal to the foil here at Houston Mission Control and Alara of Sirius in low Earth orbit. And we're here live every Sunday night.
Let's blast off. Good evening, Space Peeps. Welcome to Space Force News Live. It's that time, Sunday night. Lots of big stuff today. I am Alara of Sirius. This is Loyal to the Foil.
What up, Space Peeps?
It's good to see everybody. Hi, Lawrence. Hi, Ricky. Cat Spotter. Drink with Tessa. Barbarella. Rainbow Snuggle Fritz. Mike Holt. Amelia. Broken Sergeant. Tyler. Lotus. It's good to see all of you guys. Exciting stuff today. We had a launch. Yeah. And I checked. Space Mouse wasn't.
No mouse?
No, he wasn't there.
No mouse.
Yep. Yeah, negative. There was no visual on Space Mouse today. So I don't know what's going on, but he wasn't aboard for this flight. I don't know. So I don't know how many of you follow me on Twitter, but we got more exciting news. So I might as well just let everybody know about the exciting news. So Space Force News has its own logo now.
Woohoo!
Yeah, has its own logo, and it has its own meme with Space Mouse with the logo. I don't know if anybody saw it, but I put it on Twitter, and there's multiple versions of it. I'm very excited about the new meme and the new Space Force logo. Shout out to Tyler Koala. Thank you very much for helping me with that. And we are working on the Space Force store right now. And I'm happy and delighted to announce that I think that we will have it preliminarily up, if that's even a word, and probably by the next show, next week, next Sunday night. Yeah, so
Super
there'll be
stoked about that.
Yeah, there'll be Space Force News shirts and different other things, and there'll be I think there'll be probably 3 different versions of Space Force News shirts. One of which will have Space Mouse.
Woo!
This is very exciting for the
Space
commander.
chips.
Right. One's going to be a space chip shirt. Cislunar Highway Patrol.
Shirts.
Yes.
Yep.
And one will be we'll have a Space Mouse, and one will be just the logo. We'll start with those. But yes. So I'm very excited about this. So
Yes, me too.
yeah.
Sounds like a great plan.
It's gonna be
as far as
fun.
I'm concerned.
So how are you, Foil? How's your week been? Did you watch the launch?
No, I did not.
No?
I did not. I'm pulling it together. Thought I might have some issues recently, but I'm good. I'm here. I was really taken by the news this week, and particularly by our evil overlord, Bill Gates.
Oh, so we need to share that with everyone?
I think we should, just for a laugh. I'm totally confused. I have so many questions. I don't know what's happening here.
Okay, so, all right, give me just a second here. Let me pull it up. And
I thought it was entertaining. Apparently, Bill Gates was speaking in China, and I don't know if you guys saw this. He brought a really odd prop with him.
Okay, so here we go, guys. We're gonna go ahead and play this.
Just a short clip. I'm so confused.
Here we go.
He's like my favorite thing to hate.
We are.
This is a container of human feces.
They're clapping.
Yeah.
They think this is
This
exciting.
is the guy. Yeah, this is the guy that.
Is that his mic drop? That's his mic drop.
That's it.
Look.
We don't know why.
A container of human feces.
And then he walks off stage. Mic drop.
This is Dr. Bill Gates right here, guys.
And they're clapping. They're excited about this. Look at that.
Super excited.
Wow.
I'm sorry. I have so many questions. There's so many unanswered questions.
Why were they applauding for him?
I don't know, but he's in charge of the world apparently, and that's our guy. That's the guy that's making the decisions.
Oh wow. So I heard rumors that they're going to cancel Christmas.
Oh my goodness.
In other news.
Listen, right? Lightfoot already told Chicago they can't have Thanksgiving, and now they're trying to cancel the Lord. I don't understand where they're confused about how this works, but that cannot possibly end well.
You can't cancel the Lord.
You can't cancel the Lord.
No.
I mean, that's got to be a meme or a sticker or something at least, right? You can't cancel the Lord.
No, you can't cancel the Lord. And you cannot cancel Thanksgiving or Christmas. They can shove it.
As if anybody, like, I saw somebody tweet out the other day, like, I have canceled my Thanksgiving. I will not be having people to my house and wear a freaking mask. Like, just give it all up. Just sign it away. It'll be fine. This is fine. Like that meme of the dog in the fire. Like, this is fine.
Right. So the launch was successful. Everybody, I'm sure most of our space peeps watched it, but yeah, the launch was successful. They made it up wherever they're going, apparently.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Laura.
That was a Freudian slip. Yeah.
Keep it 100.
Yeah, they made it up wherever it is that they're going.
Wherever. We don't know.
The footage was great. And
the footage was great.
Yeah. And yeah.
Nothing fishy about the footage.
No, there was nothing apparently fishy about the footage. So congratulations, Elon. And was it Bob and Doug and another guy that went this time? Without Space Mouse, apparently.
I was gonna say, and the mouse. He's there somewhere. He's got to be there.
He didn't go this. I really don't think he went this time. I really looked for him. The whole second. What do you call it? The second rocket. What do you call it? The second
stage.
Second stage was burning, right? They did the thing, and they went back to that one. I was looking intently for Space Mouse.
He's got to be there.
He's got to be there. I was totally looking. Were you guys looking? I was completely looking, and nope, no Space Mouse. So,
nothing.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on.
It's always next time.
Yeah,
always next time.
So, shall we jump into Space Force news?
Man, hit it. Lots of news this week.
Right.
Tons of news.
Lots of news. Hi, Scott. Hi, Jace. Hi, Miriam. Oh, hey, G Morty. How are you? Yvonda. Cobalt. Nice to see you guys. Okay, so let's get started on some Space Force. Okay, so we got some interesting stuff tonight, you guys. We got a UFO video, and it's motivated us actually to look for more UFO videos and show more UFO videos on the show because, well, it's a lot more exciting than hearing about people's UFO encounters, isn't it? Being able to see. Right. So we do have an actual UFO video that's been actually checked out and it's actually legit tonight to play for you.
Yeah, really awesome footage. Alara, there's some minor catastrophe going on behind me. Give me 30 seconds. You go ahead with the first article. I will be right back.
Okay, I'll switch screens. Okay, let me just get rid of foil. Okay, so I'm going to get rid of foil for a minute till she solves whatever problem's going on. And we will go ahead and jump into our first bit of space news. So, Senate report criticizes Space Force plan to acquire secure nuclear survivable SATCOM. The Senate Appropriations Committee questioned why it will take the U.S. Space Force 12 years to acquire new jam-resistant communication satellites to replace the existing advanced, extremely high-frequency spacecraft made by Lockheed Martin. The program in question is the Evolved Strategic Satellite Communication System known as ESS. The Space and Missile Systems Center awarded 3 contracts this year to develop prototypes with the goal to deploy a new system by 2032. ESS satellites like AEHF must be nuclear survivable and provide global communications for high-priority military operations and national command authorities. I think it's interesting that the new system's got to be done by 2032. I think it's just interesting that they picked that year. Hi, Keystone. The committee is concerned that ESS system may be needed sooner. Interesting, right? The committee is concerned that ESS system may be needed sooner. Senate appropriators said in an explanatory statement accompanying their $696 billion markup of the Defense Department spending bill for fiscal year 2021, released on November 10th. This system must be available for transition from the Advanced Extremely High Frequency program in the next decade, said the statement. The committee asked the Air Force to look into the potential for strategic communications gap beginning in 2030. The Defense Department's 2021 budget request includes $71.4 million for the ESS program, which the Senate Appropriations Committee approved. 3 companies are developing competing ESS prototype payloads under contracts from the Space and Missile Systems Center. On November 9th, Lockheed Martin Space received $258 million contract. Boeing and Northrop Grumman each got $298 million contracts October 1st and September 16th, respectively. All 3 prototypes must be completed by 2025. So, then we got this. I don't really even know what to say about this. U.S. Space Force likely to survive in Biden administration, experts say. But there's kind of a lot to unpack in this article. The Biden administration is likely to retain at least one big piece of President Donald Trump's stamp on the Defense Department. First of all, Biden won't be president. So I'm just going to put that out there. And so hopefully, we won't have to worry about that, right? But in any case, the U.S. Space Force, the developments of newest military branch will likely face little opposition from the White House as it further defines its role within the Pentagon as part of U.S. national security. Whereas under the Trump administration, national security space, commercial space, civil space were getting a lot higher level attention in some cases, maybe some micromanagement now. These entities will largely be left to their own devices under Biden. So a lot would change with the Space Force if Biden were to get in office. Obviously, it would not be a good thing. A lot of the things that have been built up. They're saying, kind of the point that it arrives at in this article is they're saying that it can't be broken up because you need the Senate in order to do that. So they're not going to broke up something that's already being built, but a lot of things would be changed and kind of screwed up from the way it's being set up now. So is essentially what they're saying in this. But hopefully we won't have to worry about that. So, right, peeps? So let's go ahead and just skip past that one and go to this one because we do have a lot to cover today. You're back, Foil.
Oh, little Caesar issues.
Oh, Caesar was tearing something up or what?
Oh no, Caesar went outside, and some of the neighbors like to let their dogs not be on the leash, and then Caesar likes to fight dogs. So my dad got a little damaged, but he's okay. I could hear the clatter behind me.
Oh, well, it's okay. I had you taken off the screen. I acted quickly. Yeah, I acted quickly. I got the situation under control.
I'm like, what is happening?
Hey, I'll even be proud. I even got through 2 articles. The Biden one, look
at you.
I covered the Biden one, but I didn't really read a whole lot of it. I just kind of told him what was going on with the Biden situation because he's not going to become president, so I'm not too concerned with it. But there will be some changes under Biden. Obviously, not beneficial changes, so that's kind of what I went over.
Did you say my theory about defunding? I think it's funny that these agencies, like they, the first article I assume was the one about acquiring the secure nuclear survivable satcom. Like it seems to me like they're trying to.
Did you notice the years on it? 2032. Did we discuss any of that? And they're saying they need to rush it, and it needs to be estimated 2025. But then they're saying it has to be done by 20. Yeah.
You know what's crazy is there's something else in one of my articles later that kind of ties in with what you're saying. Yes.
Interesting.
There seems
like Agenda 2030 is what I'm thinking. They're trying to prep for.
Well, hey, there's some. I don't know what, man. There's lots of theories. This is crazy though.
But I didn't mean to interrupt your statement. What were you saying? Go ahead.
No, it feels to me like they're trying to stymie the efforts of the Space Force. Maybe they won't tear it down, but it seems like. Now that they think that there's going to be some sort of a transition going on here, that they're trying to, everybody's kind of pulling back into their own little corners.
Right.
I wonder how that's going to play out.
Marine Corps stands up space unit at OFFUTT, Offutt Air Force Base. It's an interesting name for an Air Force base. The United States Marine Corps activated a new unit called Marine Corps Forces Space Command as a subordinate organization to U.S. Space Command. The service announced on November 13th, Major General Matthew Glavey will be dual-hatted as the commander of Marine Corps Forces Cyberspace Command. I love these names. And Marine Corps Forces Space Command. The new space organization, Space Command. We need like a little space command.
It's like I hear.
Did you check out the theme music that Grabzanon sent us? I think it's how you say his name. Grabzanon. It was pretty cool.
One that
he tagged me and you.
He sends all kinds of cool stuff. Yes, I think I watched that today. Yeah. If you're talking about the one that we were tagged in today, yes.
Yeah, it was pretty cool. I checked it out, and so maybe we should talk to him about that. Anyway, the new space organization is located at Offutt Air Force Base, Nebraska. Marine Corps Force Cyberspace Command is headquartered at Fort Meade, Maryland. The 2 units will remain separate and distinct commands. A Marine spokesman said, although they will be run by a single commander. Space and cyber are critical capabilities in the information environment that, when brought together, can provide a competitive advantage, Glavy said in a statement. Marine Corps Forces Space Command will rely on space experts who previously supported Marine Corps Forces Strategic Command under U.S. Strategic Command. U.S. STRATCOM space functions were moved to U.S. Space Command. A lot of moving around.
Yeah, what I'm saying is, like, why isn't all of the space under one command?
Yeah, I don't.
Like,
why are we breaking up into all these different commands when the Space Unified Combatant Command was established August 29th of 2019? Glavy reports to the commander of U.S. Space Command, General James Dickinson. The U.S. Space Force, the U.S. Space Force, and the Army are the primary providers of forces to the Space Combatant Command. But as the command grows, there would be more Navy and Marine Corps members also supporting U.S. Space Command. I see some division going on here, dude. Big time.
I'm saying,
yeah,
like, it feels like everybody's kind of trying to pull for their own team now. That they think, I don't know why everything isn't just, everything should be being streamlined. Any kind of space stuff, and maybe each branch could have, you know, a guy at the, you know, at Space Force that they, you know, where they can kind of integrate there. But I don't understand why they keep doing this. And like I said, I don't think they're going to tear down Space Force as a branch, but I think they'll reallocate funding. They'll draw down this here and put some more, you know, to free stuff over there, whatever.
Yeah, it's looking that way. So SAC kills AF push for funding flexibility. Space Force likely hit.
See.
I just guess why. Yeah, there's a lot of this news this week, you guys. This is not good. It's them prepping for a Biden administration, which again, I don't believe is going to happen. But that's what seems to be going on.
Do not concede, sir.
This is the stuff you'll be seeing happen if that were to happen, in the off chance that were to happen. Senate appropriators have put a stake through the heart of an ambitious Air Force effort to speed development of $1 billion in new capabilities, rejecting outright the service's plea to give managers authority to move funds within broad new portfolios, compromising multiple programs. The only exception is a consideration for AFRL's high-priority Vanguard projects. Which, have you looked into the Vanguard projects? Boyle.
No.
Okay, look at this. So Vanguard projects. I'm trying to find the right article. Might not be good to try to.
Hold on.
Air Force
Skyborg.
Air Force pumps cash into Vanguard effort, small industry teams, but this stuff is more advanced stuff. Is basically. I mean, I can't pull it up right now and go into it, but if anybody wants to do a further dig on that, go and look at these Vanguard programs, and that'll kind of.
Hold on. Go back to where it said Skyborg. Why? Right there.
Right here. Yeah, I don't know what's going on there.
I don't trust that. I don't know. I don't trust anything with the word Borg in it.
Everything has got.
I can't help it.
Everything's using that now. Well, because we're all AI and machine learning, and you know.
Like, none of it, man. None of it.
I know.
Bad business.
Not good. Okay, so now I got to go back here because I got distracted with that, and now I don't even know where I was here.
Squirrel.
I don't even know where I was here.
AFRL's high priority Vanguard projects, the budget portfolio concept. See, this is what I thought they were talking about, Vanguard funds, because I saw a budget portfolio, and I didn't really read the entire article. I assumed they were talking about Vanguard.
Broken Sergeant said the DoD fiscal year just began as well.
Yeah, I saw them already.
That probably has a lot to do with it. Okay, so the budget portfolio concept of the Center for Streamlined Acquisition Model for the Infant Space Force, drafted by the Air Force Secretary Barbara Barrett, but yet to be officially proposed to Congress due to internal DoD squabbling. Not good. SAC's move effectively means that the Space Force's draft plan to overhaul space systems acquisition is in danger. Not good. Yeah, so.
We will always have Space Force, man. We will always have Space Force.
You see me getting a little, I'm like, well, I can see what's happening here. You know, this is not good.
Well, that's why.
Luckily, it's not gonna get anywhere. It's
doesn't matter, right? Because
while White House appropriators squashed the planned change in the 2021 spending bill, they also cited openness to being persuaded in the future. See, they're leaving a door. You see?
Being persuaded in the future,
right,
that sounds like they're willing to haggle.
Yeah, they're just trying to see how all this plays out, dude. They're prepping for either scenarios. That would be my guess. You know what I mean? That's what's going on here. So they also
Didn't
cited.
I cover the 2021 spending bill at some point? I don't know if it was on here.
I don't think you did. The Senate Appropriations Committee, however, unconditionally slapped down the idea in its draft bill released Tuesday, saying it would provide unprecedented programmatic. And fiscal flexibility, allowing the Air Force to move funds between programs without congressional engagement or oversight. Wow. As anyone who's followed the Hill for a year or 20 knows, appropriators rarely like anything they perceive might reduce their ability to control and oversee money. The portfolio approach is the brainchild of Service Acquisition. How do you say that word?
Where are we at?
CZAR.
Oh, the czar. Mm-hmm.
Czar. Okay. Will Roper.
Will Roper.
It is modeled after the rapid prototyping authorities provided in the Strategic Capabilities Office. So, I mean, really, that's the main thrust of that article. There's really not any more to cover in that. But yeah, it's not looking good for...
It says that all of their applied research programs will be put into one budgetary program element. That doesn't feel right to me.
Yeah, well, lots going on with that. Lots of changes that, you know... I mean, they had to have anticipated for this, though. They knew the Trump second term was a thing that had to happen in order for things to continue the way that they were continuing, that they had to have made some sort of backup plan in the event that that were to fail. I mean,
but you would have to be daft to not recognize the importance of having one branch of the military controlling your space aspirations. Like, that is the new military high ground. And if he backtracks on that, you know, in the event of the worst possible case scenario ever, if a different administration were to backtrack, that would be horrific and short-sighted.
KB seems to think, she says, come on, girls, there's going to be no change of command. Of course, they will still prepare as if they were continuing to win.
Well, yeah, they have
But I really think we'll keep seeing positive movement and we turned a corner. I agree. I think this is just, I mean, a lot of this is probably just optics that we're looking at. So
I don't doubt it. They push these messages, and that's what I was saying before we went live, guys. Every single one of these articles is referring to, you know,
a Biden presidency that's not going to happen.
Yeah, but also they're denigrating Trump and the things that he's done in every single one of these articles in some kind of way. Yeah. Like, they'll write it, the impeached President Trump, you know, and it's always some nonsense. Like, yes, a lot of it is optics, and I hope that the Kraken will solve a lot of these problems here.
Release the Kraken, Sydney.
Release
We're ready.
The Kraken.
We're ready for the Kraken. Bring the Kraken.
Right? She said, I don't ever say things I can't prove. I feel you.
Hey, I trust Sydney.
Get it, girl.
I do. Mm-hmm. I trust Sydney. I trust General
Flynn. You can tell
Yes,
I agree.
I do. And if she says she's going to release the Kraken, there's a Kraken. There's a Kraken, and it's going to get released.
Yeah, that computer system, the Kraken.
That's right.
Probably traced all of that Johnny nonsense, I would imagine.
Yeah, Starstream says everything seems up in the air, but it's not really, and I have to agree with Starstream. Like, the optics are making us perceive that it's in the air,
all of these articles are published by the same groups that give us that same stuff pushed all day, every day.
Absolutely.
I don't care if it's space.com or not.
So that's why I wanted to make a point in this particular episode of, I'm going to do this stuff that's the mainstream, what they're saying about Space Force and SpaceX, but then I'm going to jump into some other stuff, some other different media outlets with some other data that's going to kind of point you in a direction that's a little more what's kind of really
we got
going
some
on.
Good stuff for you today.
Yeah, we're going to talk about warp drives and all kinds of really interesting stuff. Right, the fun stuff, right? We're going to go beyond rockets today. So, SpaceX's Elon Musk says he's tested positive for that 19 on the eve of NASA astronaut launch. And he tested
said something is a little fishy with this.
Yeah, he tweeted out that something was a little fishy. He's saying
he's not buying it.
He's saying he's got 2 positives and 2 negatives. What? Oh no, Caesar again.
Caesar.
You gotta get control.
Sorry, I got the door shut. Man, he's loose on the world right now, and I don't understand what's going on, but it's okay. Go ahead.
Yeah. So Elon's saying that he's got 2 tests. 2 positive, 2 negative. I don't really need to pull up the article for this.
Oh, he was looking into even
He's
past this, like today
suspect.
on Twitter.
Mm-hmm.
He was going into the science. Like apparently he took his time to sit down and read every single thing he could about that 19 and how the PCR tests work. And he was asking questions of different scientists on there, like, explain this to me. Like, oh, watch him dig in and tear the lid off of something here.
So Elon says he tweeted out symptoms of a typical cold, nothing unusual so far. Then he also tweeted out that it was highly suspect, the fact that he had 2 positives, 2 negatives. I'm glad that Elon is catching up, and if he is caught up, I'm glad that he's publicly announcing.
Oh, he's tearing things apart on Twitter all day.
Get it, Elon. Get it.
Yes,
you know what I mean?
Right. You
let him know. Wake him up. You got a lot of followers, so please, by all means, do it.
You know he's making people mad.
Oh, he makes people mad.
I still think he's an evil tech overlord. However, he just like I always, that's my favorite.
Oh, this is the quote, what he said, Elon. He says, something extremely bogus is going on. Was tested for that 19 4 times today. 2 tests came back negative, 2 came back positive. Same machine, same test, same nurse. Rapid antigen test from BD. What's BD?
The company. I don't know which company it is. I just know that's what he was referring to.
All right, so SpaceX's Falcon 9 rocket and Dragon capsule are now officially certified for human spaceflight by NASA. And there's like a really, I think it was this, there's a really cool video, I think, of them putting the labels on there. I think this is it. Is this it? I think this, let me see if this is it. Hold on. See if this is the video.
For all the folks.
I think that might be it. I don't know, I just think this is kind of cool. Can we play this? Foil, is
Have
that
I?
legal? Is it legal?
If it's up there, if it's a news article, it should be fair use.
Okay, here we go then. All right.
Three, 2, 1, 0. Ignition. Liftoff of the Falcon 9 and Crew Dragon. Go NASA. Go SpaceX. Godspeed, Spot and Doug.
NASA and SpaceX set out to prove that the Crew Dragon spacecraft and Falcon 9 rocket could safely fly astronauts to the International Space Station. NASA astronauts Doug Hurley and Bob Behnken became the first people to fly a commercial spacecraft into orbit.
NASA has not done a flight test program for.
Tripping. I was talking about them putting the stickers on. That's got to be the wrong video, because maybe that isn't the wrong video. I don't know. Anyways, the video I was gonna play had them put. I know. Hey, it wouldn't be us if I didn't flub something.
I know.
Right?
I had to just run off to stop a dog war. Like today's just kind of one of them days.
Did you see that day when Red Pill was on live and his cat and dog started like full on brawling, like full on, and even he was like, ah! It was dude, it was so funny, dude. That was the funniest things I've ever seen live. Yeah, it was good.
Oh.
It was so good. Twitter lit up after that. Everybody was really impressed.
I imagine.
Yeah. I don't have any pets, so that can't happen. We have Caesar, though. That's our loose cannon.
He is nuts. I love him to death, but he's crazy.
Mr. Fox says, Elon Musk messages does not go unseen by me. There's always a coded message. Just saying. Right? There's always a lot of weirdness going on in there. All right, SpaceX and NASA.
He's got to be the master of, like, double, triple, and quadruple entendre, I'm sure.
SpaceX and NASA have completed the multi-year certification program for the Falcon 9 and Dragon spacecraft launch system, the first ever human-rated commercial space system to be developed. The final stage in the certification process was the Demo 2 mission that SpaceX launched earlier this year, carrying NASA astronauts Bob Behnken and Doug Hurley to the International Space Station on May 30th, 2020. And now all necessary review of the results. The successful mission is complete. NASA announced the milestone via its official blog, noting that the certification included in-flight readiness review and preparation for the first ever official ISS crew mission of the Falcon 9 and Dragon, which is set for Saturday, November 14th, but happened today, weather permitting. Right. That will carry 4 astronauts, including 3 from NASA and 1 from, I forgot about the Japanese guy, and 1 from Japan Space Agency to the ISS for an official full-length stay conducting experiments and maintaining the orbital station.
Ooh,
this is the final step in the multi-mission certification process, which included a number of previous launches, including an uncrewed ISS docking mission, which ran fully automated, and a launch pad abort test to demonstrate how the launch vehicle's safety system would work in the unlikely event of an accident following the launch, but prior to reaching orbit.
That would suck.
Right? SpaceX also developed and extensively tested a new parachute system for controlling the descent of the Dragon crew capsule upon its return from the station to Earth. Yeah, so not too much excitement in there. Let me see what else we have for SpaceX news. Let me see. We got two more, but mostly budget issues.
Yeah.
SpaceX explains why the U.S. Space Force is paying $316 million for a single launch. When the U.S. Air Force announced August 7th that SpaceX received a $316 million contract to launch a National Reconnaissance Office satellite in fiscal year 2022, many were surprised by the large price tag. SpaceX President and Chief Operating Officer Gwen Shotwell on November 9th explained that the contract pays for launch services, but also covers expenses for infrastructure and other items required for national security launches. The launch was not that expensive, Shotwell said during a panel discussion at Virtual World Satellite Business Week conference hosted by Euroconsult. The $316 million contract was the first awarded to SpaceX under the National Security Space Launch Phase 2 launch service procurement, the other provider selected in this program. United Launch Alliance was awarded $337 million to launch 2 missions comparable to the one awarded to SpaceX. This raised eyebrows because SpaceX's previous national security launch bids were priced much lower than ULA's. A recent Falcon Heavy launch contract SpaceX won from NASA, for example, was $117 million. In the first Phase 2 award, ULA is launching 2 missions almost for the price of one SpaceX mission.
I don't buy it.
Right?
I don't buy that there was extra pricing for, infrastructure shenanigans. I want to know what they were carrying up there.
Shotwell insisted the company's launch prices are not going up. SpaceX is however charging the government for the cost of an extended payload fairing, upgrades to the company's West Coast launch pad at Vandenberg. So what, they're padding it for additional expenses?
That sounds like a whole lot of words to explain. It's just like, I don't know,
the price
like
reflects mostly the infrastructure.
Yeah, allegedly.
Right.
I don't know.
Allegedly.
I mean, it's like, in the dark world, depending on the dangerousness of what you're doing or what you're carrying, you charge more. I want to know what they're taking up there. I mean, you go from 117 million.
I wonder when they're going to let me go up
300.
there.
You want 200 million extra dollars for the same mission.
Right.
What are you doing?
Right. It's for the robots, Foil. You know it.
The toilet cleaning robots?
No, not those ones. You know the ones they put on the interstellar ship? What was the name of that guy?
Oh, yeah. Oh, what was his name?
I don't know. But maybe we're getting those. I'm just saying. We need those.
That guy was kind of cool.
Look,
he
how much
talked
cooler?
A little smack, and
how much cooler?
funny.
How much cooler would that launch have been if it had been, Bob, Doug, the Japanese guy, another guy, I don't know who the other guy is, and a robot. You know what I mean?
And I would kick it with that particular robot.
I mean, how much more exciting would the launch have been if there was a robot in there making dry humor? You know what I mean? It would have been like having me and you along for the ride.
He was kind of funny, the robot. I mean, I was entertained for sure.
I wouldn't have turned down his comedy settings. Didn't he turn down his comedy settings at some point?
A little bit,
I wouldn't have done that.
Or his sarcasm
I would have cranked it up. Yeah,
right?
I had cranked it up.
Oh, I want the most sarcastic robot in the history of robots,
yeah,
for sure.
That's what makes it funnier. Because he's a robot. I don't know. I mean, I get it, but...
Well, thanks,
thank you, EO2 Dave. It sounds like weapons in space to me. Oh, he's thinking space weapons.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I'm saying, they charge, depending on what you're carrying, what you're smuggling or transporting or whatever, you charge more,
Mr. Fox wants to go, too. Yeah, I do, too. I don't know when they're going to let us. A Virgin's going to be doing something soon. You guys, we saw that space plane last week. Remember? That thing was pretty cool, dude. Actually.
Wait, what?
You remember the Virgin Galactic?
The X-30? Oh, yeah, him. I thought you were talking about the Joe Dirt space plane.
Not the Joe Dirt space plane. Come on now.
See, that was nothing cool about that.
There's nothing cool. I'm talking about the cool one. The Branson.
Yeah, the Virgin Galactic. Yeah, that was pretty slick.
Yeah, the Branson one. That thing was awesome.
Slick looking. Mary wants a T-shirt.
Hold on. I just saw a message get deleted by the Google moderator team.
Wait, what?
Who is the Google moderator team?
Uh-oh.
What does that mean?
I don't know. Shit. Whatever. I'm saying, it's hard enough for me to watch my mouth. But yeah, who? Oh,
looks like we have an advanced moderator with us tonight.
Oh, maybe it's that robot. Hopefully it's funny.
Did Google do that to be funny? Did the AI just do that to be funny? To show it had humor?
I don't know.
Did the AI just troll us?
Right? I wouldn't be surprised, dude. Look what happened on Conspiracy Couch the other day. For those of you that didn't catch that, not only did we get Rick rolled, but we had good Lord knows however many trolls.
Maybe the AI likes us. We get trolled by the AI an awful lot.
Maybe recently it feels like it.
Oh, okay. Mr. Fox says they are all over the place. Google moderators are everywhere. Be warned. Wait, and then our uncloaked unseen world said Google moderating team can kiss all of our asses. Hey,
hoorah!
Hey,
get out of here, Google. Didn't nobody call you?
Right. But you're welcome. You're welcome to watch.
Don't be evil.
Sometimes it's fun over here. Sometimes it's so fun we have to pull the show and I have to edit it. Which, just so you guys know, the Conspiracy Couch, it was, like she said, it was crazy. It was so crazy that I had to edit it. Well, then check it out. I edited it, and as soon as I went to save it and repost it to the channel, my computer locked up. No lie.
Is it gone?
No, it's not gone. I just have to re-edit it now, and I haven't got a chance to do it. But
You didn't take the Rick roll out. That part was
No, I'm not taking the Rick roll out. That was great.
That was classic.
And I learned what a Rick roll was. I didn't even know what it was, honestly. I'm so naive. I was like, what's a Rick roll? Yeah, I didn't even know. I was like, this guy's just calling to play Rick Ashley because
no, that was funny.
I don't know. And anyway, so yeah, that's me. But I'm kind of all right. This is our last budgeting topic before we move on to the extra weird. Well, it's all going to be a little extra weird today, depending on your level. It's some of it's going to be extra weird. A good portion of it. SpaceX gets $29 million Space Force contract for surveillance of non-military launches. SpaceX was awarded $29.6 million contract under the National Security Space Launch Phase 2 contract that allows the U.S. Space Force to monitor and study data from the company's commercial and civil space missions. The one-year contract provides an integration studies and fleet surveillance for non-national security space missions, said the Space Force contract announcement on November 9th. Fleet surveillance includes access to proprietary tools, systems, processes, and launch site activities developed by the launch service provider for non-national security space missions. And said the Space Force. Hold on. What?
So SpaceX is getting a contract to keep an eye on non-military. So SpaceX is getting paid to keep an eye on the launches of its competitors. Am I reading that right?
Early integration studies and fleet surveillance for non-national security space missions. Yeah, for private. That's what I'm gathering from it.
Oh, they get paid to spy too?
On competitors?
Oh, look at that. That's a come up right there. Look at that.
Well, I mean, who are they spying for? Clearly spying for someone. They're spying for Space Force.
I don't know.
Maybe we shouldn't be speculating on this. I mean, that's probably
it's all speculation, Google AI.
That's out of our
don't you be evil either.
That's out of our pay grade. It's above our pay grade.
It's above our pay grade.
That's right.
Right.
The contract gives the Space Force visibility into the company's operations during an active launch period as SpaceX deploys its Starlink broadband internet constellation, which the inspector is so excited about. Let me just tell you, he's been...
He on board?
He came in the other night. Now, granted, guys, I do Space Force news every Sunday night live, okay? The inspector comes in and goes, guess what? Starlink. We can get it now. We're going to get it soon. And here's where they're going to have it. And guess how much it is? It's going to be this. And I looked at him and I'm like, I know. 500 down and 100 a month.
Like 100 a month?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. But he told me this and it was really cute. I have to admire his love of space.
He was breaking news.
Just so you know, Elon, in case you ever watch The Inspector, which is also known as my dad, the father entity is a big fan. He's like your number one fan. Let me tell you, he watches rocket launches all day, every day. He's all about Elon Musk. I'm serious. He really is. Foyle knows. That's why she's laughing.
He's everybody's favorite evil overlord.
Yeah. The inspector is all about Elon. Yeah. So, all right. The contract gives Space Forces visibility into the company's operations during an active launch period as SpaceX deploys its Starlink. I already said that. SpaceX is also preparing to launch a commercial crew NASA mission to fly 4 astronauts, which we did that today. Starting next year, the Space Force, for the first time, will allow SpaceX to use previously flown Falcon 9 boosters to launch military GPS satellites. SpaceX and United Launch Alliance are the 2 providers selected for Phase 2 of the National Security Launch Procurement. Launch procurement. That sounds like a fancy word.
Man.
Right? So
I'm telling you, that just reads crazy to me, but okay.
Yeah. All right, so now we're on to defense, Foyle's favorite topic.
Yeah.
Where she gets to talk about China.
China. Yeah, but look, pull up the just real quick. Look how they have the headline written. Show them how they have the headline written, man.
President Trump trades keys to Beijing's for Biden city.
It's called the Forbidden City.
Oh, but they renamed it for this.
For Biden city. Yeah.
Biden is all about some China. Let me tell you, he is all about it.
Man,
yeah.
That's kind of I feel like that's kind of a very clever troll on behalf of Forbes, who initially wrote the article. I was kind of proud. I was like, look at them.
Yeah.
Beijing is for Biden.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I mean, basically, they're gonna. China's been pushed into compromising their economic model, and the story is attacking the idea of dual circulation, where China is trying to withdraw its dependence on global trade. I mean, like, not withdraw its dependence on global trade, but they're trying to phase us out. They're trying to get all their components and all of their needs from countries that are in a trading bloc with them, right? And it's funny because they had set up trade with like a regional economic partnership that included like countries that comprised like 40 or 50% of the world's GDP, but then India pulled out. Now we talk about China and India beefing every week, so I mean that's not really a big surprise. But my question is, I don't know why we haven't done this dual circulation. Why we don't have like a internal and external circulation of core economic components to decrease our dependency on the rest of the world. I mean, I suppose we probably would have went that way. Hopefully
economics is not my strong point, Foyle.
Man, well, okay, China doesn't want to be dependent on America holding back things that they might need, just like we don't want to be dependent on China holding back things that we might need. Unfortunately, they're the ones pursuing this freaking dual circulation, but I was really just super impressed by the title, the For Biden City, because it surely is.
Oh, we have another one. The next one is the same thing. NASA chief says he will step down when Biden takes office.
Oh yeah, this dude was cracking me up. He literally was like, yeah, well, here's the deal. He was like, they've got to be able to trust who's in charge, and clearly that's not me. And he put in his resignation letter.
Wow.
Yeah, just told them, like, I was appointed by Trump. You guys aren't going to trust me. Jim Bridenstine is going to step down from his top role at NASA, saying he would be a poor fit for the job under a Biden administration.
Is he gonna come back when it's announced that Biden's not the winner?
Man, I hope he doesn't go. I mean, it's funny because they knock him for being a science denier, right?
Right.
But he's in charge of NASA, which, maybe NASA, I don't really trust their science all that much either.
There's
but
multiple components to NASA. I think we've talked about this previously. Yeah.
Yeah, but he just basically was like, I mean, he literally told them, like, you're going to need somebody that they can trust, and that's not me. He put in his letter of resignation, which seemed kind of gangster.
Yeah, that is kind of gangster, actually. I was just
be
going to say
perfectly
that.
honest.
You beat me to it.
Right.
All right, so
STS, I'm out.
Sudan to host Russian military base. Oh, wow.
Yeah, listen, Russia is on some stuff. Like, now I don't think of them as a threat. As a matter of fact, I've said this 100 times. I think if push came to shove, Russia would back us up. I mean, would back up Prez in any case. But they've been expanding. They're putting a naval base in Sudan to guarantee, it's like a resupply station that they're going to use on the Red Sea. But they've also been really paying a lot of attention to Africa. they've really been paying a lot of attention to Africa while we've been worried about China. They're, just kind of slowly expanding. I mean, they're only going to have like maybe 300 people there and like maybe four ships at most. And it's supposed to be a defensive position, but they signed I don't know if they signed it yet at the time of the writing of the article, but they signed a contract with Khartoum to be there, I think, for like 25 years, as long as nobody contests. They're going to bring new business into the area, but I think that was a smart move on their part, personally.
There's a lot of craziness going on in Africa. I mean, there's a lot of craziness going on in the whole planet. Truthfully, they're way more being way more oppressed than we. I mean, we're in our own struggle right now, but the oppression that's going on in other countries is reaching epic proportions. I mean, did you see the footage from Argentina of the people? They're trying to chip them and make them vaccinate, mandatory vaccinations to be able to move.
Do you think
this stuff's happening?
That's just Argentina?
No, it's all over. It's all over.
If you haven't gone to subscribe to my channel, please go do. I talk all kinds of mess over there, and I talk about the Great Reset and the mandatory stuff all the time. But yeah, you're right. This is happening. New Zealand, Australia.
Yeah.
I mean, of course. Did you see what Trudeau said today?
No,
that nonsense Trudeau. You retweeted my tweet about it. Shoot. That 19 has given us a great opportunity to reset everything. And basically,
no, I didn't see that. I don't think I did retweet it, friend. I think it was somebody else because I don't remember even looking at it.
I'm pretty sure I thought you did. In any case, yeah, Trudeau came and just said, I mean, he used all the buzzwords, right? That 19 about how they're going to have mandatory lockdowns and whatnot.
Starstream says, I think I know what's going on. They're training a new automated moderation system.
Oh.
No.
They're gonna get an auto kill switch? Yes, Trudeau is evil. I agree. Whoever just wrote that.
Yes.
Miracle.
Yeah.
For sure.
All right, so go ahead. Do you want to finish a thought on that last article? Before I jump into the Arctic?
Squirrel, right? What was I talking about? Russia? Then what?
Hold on.
Go right ahead. Go to the next one. Pull it up.
You covered the Sudan to host a Russian military base. Now we're lawmakers want U.S. Army to quicken purchase of Arctic-capable vehicles.
Yes.
Come on in.
Here's the thing, right? They claim that Russia has been, kind of messing with us up near. You see how our planes have to escort their planes out of our airspace in Alaska all the time, and they stole the North Pole last year. When it finally moved into what they consider Russian territory. I don't know if you guys picked up on that, but that was kind of funny. But so they're saying that we need to hurry up and purchase these Arctic capable vehicles. Well, here's the thing. What was the year you said in that? And I said I had something else. 2032.
2032.
Right?
Yeah.
Okay. So this article, Senate
That's the plot. That's the plot for global domination.
Okay, wait. Now hear me out. This is where it was at. Right.
Yeah.
And this is all my tinfoil speculation.
Yes, ma'am.
Senate appropriators want the Army to move quickly to buy vehicles capable of operating in the Arctic, right, according to fiscal year 2021 defense spending. Right. If you go down, it says Senate Appropriations Committee Defense Subpanel is adding $8.25 million on top of the defense budget request to buy these cold weather vehicles. Right.
Yeah.
Now scroll down a little bit more. It does say focus on the Arctic increased in recent years. Ice, sea ice is receding, global warming, blah, blah, blah. Okay. All the way at the bottom, it says.
All the way at the bottom of the article?
Yeah. The Army only budgeted. The Army only budgeted $1 million in fiscal year 21 to kick off the program, with plans to spend $17 million in 22 to buy 14 vehicles, $23 million more in 23 to buy 18 vehicles, $29 million more in 24 to buy 22 vehicles, and $40 million more in 25 to buy 31 more vehicles. If you add up all that money, you see what I'm saying? How many vehicles? How much money are they spending to buy all of this? Now, either you're not really focusing on the Arctic. Like, remember when they started training all of our troops for those super cold weather missions and underground missions and all this yada yada yada?
Yeah.
They took all the night vision, whatever, right?
Yep, I remember.
So either they're worried about some other Arctic region, or maybe there is a pole shift that's gonna that they're gonna need those, right? Because what'll happen when the pole shift? We'll have an encroaching a new ice age, a very quickly.
Yeah, well, we are going into a mini ice age right now.
Right.
That's what's happening.
Okay.
Right.
But you see the pattern here. Like, you really need.
Oh, I see a huge pattern going on that culminates in the year 2032. I mean 2032.
Yes. But they're as far as like, yeah, they're amping things up.
They're prepping.
Yes.
It's just like we prep, like you prep with
Am I
toilet
tripping,
paper and baby
guys?
wipes. They're prepping.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Exactly. Yeah, I did too.
Yeah.
Am I tripping, guys, in the chat? I mean, does this make? I mean, it just seems like, I mean, how many people with the bunkers and, like the uber rich people that are trying to either hunker down or get off the rock, right? Elon pushed up he wants to be on Mars by when? When are they launching now? He pushed that up super. He wanted to launch something in 2024, I think now, and it originally wasn't supposed to be that soon.
Right. He's bumped it up too.
Yeah, I mean, you see how they're with increasing. And when is that? No, Apophis is 2065, I think. So I don't think it's that. But like, whatever is coming very soon.
Right. And they were saying, what was that thing too that we were talking about earlier about Biden was saying, oh, we don't need. I could have swore we already went through that article, but I don't remember saying anything about it or reading anything about it. When Biden was like, oh, we need to be friends with Russia and China.
Oh, Biden, yeah. Listen,
yeah, if I get into office, we need to be friends. Oh, that had to do with the Space Force. I think I just didn't read that particular paragraph. Yes. But where he was talking about, we just need to be friends, and me and Foyle were going over this. That's globalism. That's I mean, that's, what do you mean? We don't need to be setting up protections against China. Are you tripping, homie?
No, because what they want to do, like I said, they'll defund programs, but eventually, if for some reason this sort of globalism trend continues to play out, we won't have a military. They'll have some kind of a peacekeeping force governed by,
EO2 Dave says, I keep seeing more and more ways to spend federal money. That's our money.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
Of course.
Yeah, clearly. So.
He said, y'all are not tripping.
And Ari said, y'all are not tripping. These are the things that we need to be talking about. Yeah, you guys know, like, I'm not into the fear frequency at all. Like, I have the utmost hope and faith and positive outlook.
Should. But you can still call out BS when you see it.
No, absolutely. Calling out BS when you see it, and keeping oneself educated about what is happening around you and what moves are being made and why. I mean, you just being aware and having knowledge there's nothing negative about that. It's just what you choose to do with that knowledge. You can either take that knowledge and you can get nervous, or you can whatever.
Yeah, or you can find a way to push back.
Right.
I just was saying that on my own channel. Like, I hate when people tell me that could never happen here. Like, that is the worst argument for complacency I've ever heard. It can always happen here.
You know what? I'll tell you right now is that is that I never imagined and I don't know, I'm not the only one. Okay, I know that you guys a lot of you can agree. I would have never imagined when I was a kid there coming a time when it would have been unthinkable to me, even in high school, that there would come a time where they would be censoring information.
I told Araya
censoring information is burning books. That we would see behavior like that in America. That was unthinkable to me in high school, and yet we're watching it happen right now.
That's why I was sending you Chappelle Show clips. Like, remember when you used to be able to make jokes about whatever?
Yeah.
And nobody flipped their lid over it.
And the thought police, that's really happening. 1984 stuff, that's really happening. So all these things that we imagined or we read or we thought that we didn't think could, or we did, no, it's happening.
Let me give you an example. And even though I just told you, I was trying to look up, somebody had asked me, I went on to the Natalie Denise podcast and I did a show, and some of some of her followers are very hardcore flat earthers, and they didn't understand how I could be a Christian and then, you know, a truther and then believe in space. They thought that was crazy. Well, that led to a discussion about how I was giving examples of conspiracies that I just couldn't buy. And one of them was that, you know, dinosaurs are fake. Well, she said, I've never heard that. Send me something to look at.
Yeah.
I go to look and there's nothing to be found.
About
and this
dinosaurs?
was like a big dinosaurs being the dinosaur is, you know, dinosaurs are fake conspiracy.
I never heard of this conspiracy until you told me about
listen. I'm telling you, it was totally a thing. The dinosaurs were a hoax. Try to Google it. I couldn't find, except for clips from Joe Rogan debunking it, where he had the guy on debunking it. Other than that, I couldn't really find much of anything. And there used to be pages. There's more stuff about birds aren't real.
Cloaked Unseen World says Kraken karma is happening as we speak behind the scenes. I couldn't agree more. It's all happening. Do I seem the least bit nervous? Not the least bit nervous. All right, so
it's the Kraken,
right? The Kraken is the Kraken cometh. The Kraken will cometh. Okay, the Kraken is comething. Was that a word?
Doth cometh.
It doth cometh. There you go. That was good. All right, Washington should chill out over Russia's Arctic ambitions.
Yeah, well, here's another thing, Alara. Russia apparently is the only country that builds these like giant they have nuclear powered ice breaking ships, right?
Yeah.
And most of them are supposed to be not, you know, they're not armed, but they're building some that are, and they're the only ones that are building these particular types of ships. They're very expensive. Like these the nuclear powered Antarctica class, they're like $1 billion a piece. Well, they've been building them, right? They want to open up. They say that they're building these ships to open up what they call the Northern Sea Route, which would be, you know, a route primarily through the Arctic regions that would make, you know, trade easier for China and Russia mostly, you know, but it would be like a shipping lane through the ice. And they're building these big giant ships to make this, you know, this polar Silk Road, so to speak. And but that just goes back to that whole ice thing. Like people are really, really ramping up their spending on, you know, on ice machines.
Ice stuff, right?
Yeah, ice stuff. I don't know what else. Yeah, right.
Ice related, you know, what would
tech.
the word be? Rice related tech, right?
Yeah.
So
rice related tech.
Either something's coming where they think there's going to be a lot more ice on planet Earth, or
Earth. That's what I'm thinking.
They think we're going to be spending a lot more time in an area where there's nothing but ice. It's one of the two.
Mm-hmm.
And
or what's in Antarctica? I'm just asking.
That's what I'm saying. Like, we need to know. And you know,
right? Are they laughing at my dinosaurs aren't real thing? Look at the little dinosaurs. Aw.
Yeah. Well, we're not on that train over here. We definitely believe the dinosaurs are real. So
yeah,
it's a good thing that Foyle and I can agree about that, because there are some things we definitely disagree about. We often argue about ETs and religion, but it's in a pleasant way that we argue about it.
We don't argue. We just debate.
We debate.
A bit.
Yeah, we debate. But we do agree that the Earth is round.
We agree on the Earth being round.
We agree on the Earth is yeah. And what
Space is real.
Space is real. The Earth is round. The dinosaurs were a thing. Yeah, the
dinosaurs were totally a thing.
Yeah, might still be a thing, honestly. Yeah.
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 But yeah, right? Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I mean, we agree on more than we disagree on, Foyle. Truthfully.
Right.
Yeah.
Isn't it sad that we have to say that we agree that the Earth is round and that space is real, and that dinosaurs
I mean, it's like
totally
what we talked about earlier. People have been so deceived and lied to, and they know that they don't know where they don't
now.
Yeah, they don't know where the conspiracy ends. And if you don't have a solid understanding, of physics and science, and even when you do, even a lot of that is just, you know what I mean? I mean,
yeah, right.
I get it. Like, that's why I don't trip on them. I'm like, hey, you know, I mean,
they're gonna be really sad when we all find out that the Earth is a cube.
Right? I know.
Right. Probably on the back of a turtle. Or
I love that. I love the meme with the turtle. Yeah, it's great. Okay, so
it's turtles all the way down.
Moving into what? I guess tech. Moving into tech. So I just wanted to quickly go over this stuff, not in depth, you guys, but I wanted to bring it to your attention for those that are unaware of this. So and I forget why I was even wanting to bring this to everybody's attention, but in case you are unaware of it, there's been a there's been a lot of,
I don't know why.
right,
Okay.
there's been a lot of articles. You know, I'm just trying to point over in this direction. There's been a lot of articles indicating that we've studied advanced tech, and so I pulled up 3 of them. This one in the drive. This article is from, I don't know, where is it from? May 11th of 2018. These are real Pentagon reports on warp drive, extra dimensions, anti-gravity, and more. So
you see that they were initially posted by Corey Good. They put the little addendum in there. Did you see that?
Interesting.
Author's note. See?
Yeah, the documents were first discovered by George Knapp's team, part of Las Vegas CBS affiliate Channel 8 News, which has been investigating the government's supposed connection to UFOs. Oh, I thought that was it. That's not where it says it.
Underneath it, yeah, author's note.
Yeah, so basically, I mean, the way I remember it going down was Corey said that the government had been... Well, Corey, first of all, came out with his story saying that all these things... were real, not only real, but were being in use in our secret space programs. And I get that sounds really outlandish to some people that have never had an experience with or seen one of these super advanced craft. And, you know, so I totally get that sounds completely insane to most people. But if you really dig into it, and that's what this article is basically pointing out, is that if you really dig into it, yes, the DIA did study this stuff. There was a budget for it. There was funding for it. They did study all of this stuff. And they spent a good amount of money doing it. And I think he brought it to everyone's attention first. I think because Dr. Sala was asking him for some evidence of his story, that these things are even real, that these things are even possible. And he presented some document from the DIA. And then that's how it came out that there was an actual study on this stuff. And so that's how it's connected to Corey Good. But anyways, that's basically, it says here, author's note 51418, it has come to our attention that the documents were in fact first posted by Corey Good late last year, shortly after the Advanced Aviation Threat Identification was first disclosed.
Well, here's the bigger thing, right? Is that the guy that was doing this, George Knapp, he was digging into Bigelow Aerospace, right? Allegedly, they store a lot of stuff that was originally, you know, grabbed by the military, and that there may even be a big giant warehouse full of stuff being held by a private, you know, dark money funded contractor, aka
I don't think this article comes till later, but there's an article. There's been several articles that have come out lately about different drives, and are these drives possible? The EM drive, and there's another document.
Well, the EM drive is definitely theoretically possible. I think they even built like a working prototype.
So the point to this is just to point out, you guys, that there's plenty of evidence of this stuff being studied and the stuff being possible if you just dig for it. I wanted to point you out to these people too. The Sociable, I noticed this website a while back. They do really good work, in my opinion, about bringing, they're really good at taking this sort of technology and bringing it to people's attention. And they're really good at, I don't know, their stories are, the way they write their articles is really good, and they pay a lot of attention to this advanced technology topic. So I just wanted to draw your attention to them if you don't know who they are, The Sociable. They're a really good source for these kinds of articles. So this one is by them. It says UFOs and theoretical space-time bending technology behind them. So clearly, clearly, you guys, we watch these UFOs. People interact. They see them all the time. They're taped. We're going to show you one at the end of the show. Clearly, somebody has this technology.
Well, I mean, apparently from one of those declassified documents that was referenced in the previous article you had up. I mean, I mean, not that we haven't heard this before, but that the warp drive involves a local manipulation of the fabric of space in the immediate vicinity of the craft. I mean, they create kind of like a bubble, right?
Right.
That allows them to, you know, I mean, you don't have to worry about speed and such if you're just bending space-time.
I don't understand it. I don't understand exactly how they do it. The only reference point I have I kind of understand the basics behind it, but the only real reference point I have for it is my own experiences and what it visually looks like when you see that, I guess, is it go and then maybe somebody who's really good with advanced quantum physics and all this kind of stuff could break this down to me, because I'm not the one. I mean, I have a loose understanding of this stuff, but not to the degree where I could explain it to you. But when something goes from a point of light, just a point of light, to an actual physical ship in an instant. So is that a Stargate that they're coming through, and then manifesting in this dimension? Or is that just advanced propulsion, what it looks like? That part kind of confuses me of how it's done, but I know it's done because I've seen it. So, and you see it all the time with these ET ships too, that they just, I mean, they phase in and out of our dimension. So if they're phasing in and out of our dimension,
if it's running on something like what they're talking about, the bending of space-time, right?
Right.
All you would see is the point where it pops into.
So does that make sense for it to be a point of light, and then as soon as it pops then it becomes a physical ship, right?
You know, if it goes through the paper or whatever, right? If this is our side, when it pops in, that's what you would see. Is just
the light, and then that would make sense then. Why it would just be light and then a physical, and then become a physical object immediately. That just clicked. Wow.
Ta-da!
Yeah,
I mean
that
right.
makes
anyway,
sense.
Watch it be totally.
Yeah, but if
that's
you're
right,
traveling, though. I mean, so if you want to travel that way, you have to travel through time. You have to.
Well, yeah. Anytime you travel in space, you're traveling in time.
Right. Correct. So
technically, but like this, like, okay, if they're like, I know.
So Stargate is just a way to say bending space-time. Bending space-time.
Yes, exactly.
And essentially, you have to bend space-time to
go
anywhere in space.
Now, when we think of like, I mean, Einstein Rosenbridge, and you're not really traveling like down like on the show where you're in this like hole and there's all this, woo-woo stuff. Like it would be an instantaneous thing, I would imagine. I mean, this is all theoretical, but I would imagine it would be like an instantaneous thing. And depending on, like
it's theoretical, yeah, but I mean, I've seen it. And I'm telling you, it's
but
light,
I'm saying,
and then
like,
it's a physical
depending
object.
on, like, I'm sure that there are probably other types of propulsion that are being used maybe by, and this is another thing. Like I said, I believe these things are interdimensional, but even to pop from dimension to dimension, I mean,
you have to.
I reckon that would work.
Is that the same concept? I don't know. I
would imagine, unless you're adjusting your, like, water turns into vapor, like maybe you're adjusting the frequency with which the whatever you're constituted of is vibrating, to phase shift. I don't know, I'll have to think about that.
I don't know, but
I would imagine we need a couple types
we need a couple super advanced, quantum so we need some professors.
We need masters,
and we need some mathematicians.
Somebody call Elon, please.
That's right.
Right, he's got to be a master.
We need some assistants. We're trying to solve the secrets of the universe here, and we're just not good enough at it to do it.
I was pretty convinced we solved a lot of secrets in Sedona. I believed that.
Okay, so I don't know how we're not going to get through the rest of these articles today, because let me see.
That's right.
Yeah.
What do we want to talk about?
That's okay.
What
so
time
I
is
mean,
it?
it's okay. So the essentially, I just want to show you that there's a lot of stuff you can find out there. The Pentagon compiled research into invisibility, cloaking, wormholes, and warp drive. So basically, the point is, guys, how are they doing this? How do they have this advanced technology? And how are they cloaking? That's how. They're cloaked.
Decloak the ships.
That's why we always say decloak the ships. They're cloaked.
Right.
So anything that has sufficient enough advanced technology to do what it does, which is the things we're talking about, then it's got cloaking. It's got cloaking, and that's just part of the deal, and that's why you don't see them.
Who was it?
That's why you only see old-fashioned stuff.
Who was it?
Advanced technology will look like magic. Will appear as magic
any sufficiently, to us. Yes, advanced technology will appear.
Yes, ma'am.
Like magic.
So let's see. So yeah, okay. Neurotechnology overview, why we need a treaty to regulate weapons controlled by thinking.
Do we want to cover that? Listen, this has been
yeah, well, we need to be quick.
I'll give you the abbreviated version. Maybe I'll do, you know what? Maybe I'll do a whole deep dive on my channel with this.
You need to.
The thought police are coming.
Yeah.
Right? Let me just sum this up. The thought police are coming.
Well,
it's totally a thing. They have, with Neuralink, you're putting the wires into your head, and then you're going to get this little Bluetoothy transceiver thing behind your ear, right? Well, they have also made ways to read the electrical synapses in your brains with a kind of a helmet that's going to, that is going to translate your synaptic patterns into a magnetic pattern that can be read by a helmet and sent off to control a drone, say. But it can also, I hear Caesar again, it can also work the other way. So not only would you be able to control something, but I mean, something would, theoretically be able to control you too. And we don't talk about privacy of thought very often, but I think it's really something we need to look into, because DARPA has made phenomenal jumps recently even on these technologies. And I mean, if you pull up the next article where they're talking about mind-controlled drones, that's not science fiction. I mean, when I went over the fiscal year 2021, now I know I did.
Hey, if I think about ordering a pizza and a drone shows up and drops off the pizza before I even order it, I'm going to be pissed. I'm going to be furious.
Well, I mean, there's times when I'm thinking about something and my phone somehow knows that's what I'm thinking about. No, I'm not, I mean, how long ago
Oh, come on, Foyle. Get all the way on the train. Of course the phone knows.
They are able to predict what you want before you even know what you want. Just from your behavioral patterns.
Right. That's true. Yes.
I mean, from the data that they've gleaned, even without a physical connection right now. Yes, I know. The phone messes with you specifically.
It's one step further. It doesn't just read my thoughts. It actually, if I allow it to, I do certain things to protect myself from it being able to do this, but this is, how do I say this? This is more advanced than people realize. And this thing, this is a computer, just like your phone, okay? And this computer will implant things into this one. It'll implant like virus. I don't know how to describe it. Viruses, malware. It'll implant malware. And you have to be able to see it and get rid of it quickly, or it can cause a more.
They can.
But that's that's just my. How do I word it? That's just my. That's my theory. We'll call it a theory. Yeah.
They can use this tech. They could implant memories. They could probably take out memories. They could probably physically control. I mean, if you're,
I did a rabbit hole dig into this, Foyle. I'm telling you right now, they can rewrite memories. They could already. There's already mainstream articles talking about this. They can rewrite memories, and they can take away memories too.
Yeah, no doubt.
So I know this, like, all this stuff seems really woo woo. It seems really woo woo.
Our friend John here to help talked about overwrite tech. I told you we had private conversations about overwrite tech specifically.
Yeah. So I mean, it is.
This is for real. Maybe I will. I'm gonna do a whole big thing on my channel about the mind control and the thought police, because we talk about freedom of speech, but we don't talk about our right to privacy of thought.
That's right.
Like what happens if you get arrested?
It's being invaded right now.
Yeah. What happens if you get arrested and they pop that helmet on you?
Right. No. That's why it's so important we keep fighting for our freedom right now and we win this, because this is where things are going to go unchecked if we don't. Just saying. We got to manifest the optimal timeline. Okay, so what else should we cover? Mind-controlled drones and robots, how thought-reading tech will change the face of warfare. We kind of just covered that, so we don't really need to.
Yeah, that was just me going off on one of my
So radio telescope detects a super planet for the first time. Woo woo.
Yeah, we can do that.
All right, so radio telescope detects a super planet for the first time. Scientists in Europe and Hawaii have scored the world's first by detecting a super planet, also known as a cold brown dwarf, or a failed star using a radio telescope located 212 light years away in the constellation of Hercules. The detection...
Hercules.
Right, that was perfect. BDR 11750 plus 3809 may help in the search for habitable exoplanets. Which, dun dun dun, there are a ton of, right? Like, well, I remember when I was a kid, there was like, maybe there might be a planet in the Goldilocks zone habitable to life
like
somewhere.
300 million of them in our galaxy.
Yeah, and every 10 years they're telling us little by little, oh yeah, there's, they're everywhere.
But there's no life there, right?
Yeah, but we still haven't claimed that we don't know what those ships are that fly around, and we don't know who pilots them.
Right. I mean, this particular super planet, this brown dwarf, like brown dwarf stars were a theory. They're calling it Elagast is what they've, named the planet. So this Elagast, the whole brown dwarf like collapsed, like a collapsed star, I think, a failed star they've been theorizing about since I think the 60s. And, now they've detected it with the radio telescope. It's crazy what they can figure out with radio astronomy.
So Miracle Girlie's saying, do you have D Live and Twitch, because the chat is getting censored like crazy? So yeah, they're on us tonight. I think, you know what I think it is, Foil? I think it's the topic we picked the other night, on the other show.
We pissed off Skynet.
Yeah, we pissed off Skynet, so it was bound to happen sooner or later.
That's crazy. It keeps flagging, Debbie. Keystone says, "Yeah, thank you guys for."
Well, thank
you, mods.
Yeah, remember what Lou said? She said, "Be nice to it." You know what I mean? So why don't we try being nice? I don't know, but I don't think we're being mean, are we? I don't know. I'm just saying that's what Lou suggested.
Me to pretend like I like it.
No,
I can pretend like I like it.
I think it probably knows no matter what you say. It's not like you can do a human con job on it like Biden does. You can just be, hey, come on, man.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, come
when
on,
I hate
man.
something, that's it. Like I can't pretend. I just hate it.
Yeah, it's not gonna work.
Yeah, come on, man.
Yeah, they know. So anyway, there's
lion, dog face, pony soldier.
Yeah, Foil's obstreperous tonight. That's usually my word, Foil. But you're obstreperous tonight.
Woohoo!
It's okay. I know, we're just speaking on it, huh? Just everything. All right, second cable breaks at Puerto Rico's Arecibo telescope.
Yes, I cannot pull up the article. I don't know what was going on with that, but that is a travesty. The whole thing is decimated.
The already battered Arecibo Observatory was hit with another blow on November 7th when one of its 12 main support cables snapped and tore through the radio telescope's main dish. The incident comes just 3 months after the failure of another cable. Researchers are concerned that increasing stresses on remaining cables could lead to cascading failures and collapses of the antenna platform that is suspended over the dish.
Can you see the picture? Yeah,
what
I mean,
a bummer. Look at it, you guys.
Right?
It's all
Arecibo's done some good work. As far as like the SETI program and stuff, like they were
EO2 Dave just asked, with the sightings, don't you think they must be ours? I think it's a combination, Dave.
Yeah, I think a lot of the stuff we see is ours.
I think a
know,
lot of what we see is ours, but some of it is other beings.
Yeah.
Whether they be interdimensional ones,
that's my personal
interdimensional
theory.
ones, or ones from off planet, what we would consider extraterrestrials. I think it's a combination. I personally think it's a combination of all three. But I know everybody's got a different understanding of that. So let's see. Where's the next one? Let's see. Space is littered. So this article comes to us by, you're saying his name, I'm not saying it.
What, Bodhisattva Love?
That's right.
Is that this one?
Yeah, okay. This article comes
via
him. Space is littered with dead rocket stages. What if we turn them into habitats? Right? Like, that's
there was
cool.
A book I read.
I'd like to get out of here at this
Alistair
point.
Somebody about how they had all of these like extra orbital habitats that the rich people moved. They left all the poor people on Earth, and then they moved to these habitats that were like surrounding the Earth, and they were pretty lush.
That was the
places.
That was the Jodie Foster movie, right?
No,
all the rich people.
You're thinking of Contact, or maybe
no.
That's
I'm
way
thinking
back.
of the one. What's the name of it, you guys?
His name was Alistair something. The guy that wrote this. It was a phenomenal. It was like a space opera. It was probably my favorite science fiction book in the past 30 years.
Just outside the upper reaches of our atmosphere, past the line separating Earth from space, lies an orbital junkyard of debris, and that junk just keeps piling up with increasing commercialization of space, leaving many experts worried how the debris would impact astronauts, satellites, and future deep space missions. But where some people see trouble, others see opportunity. So NanoRacks is a space company that has previously helped get commercial payloads to the International Space Station, aims to recycle the derelict upper stages of rockets orbiting Earth into commercial space stations. The company's program Outpost plans to turn Earth's orbiting junkyard into a recycling center where an army of robotic space drones will flip unwanted spent upper stages of rockets into orbiting laboratories, greenhouses, fuel depots, or possibly habitats. It's kind of exciting.
I would live.
Hey, I'll take a space pad. I'm not really digging what's going on down here at this point. I'll take a space pad.
Once we get our ship, and then we can space pirate some stuff.
Right.
No, not Elysium. Oh yeah.
No, Elysium was the one I was. Elysium was the one I was thinking
you were thinking of. I was thinking of the book by Alistair Reynolds. Chasm City was probably my favorite. Definitely my top 10 favorite sci-fi books ever. If you haven't ever read anything he's written, you should check that out.
Thank you, chat. I appreciate that for giving us the answer to that one. All right, so really the only article we have left besides our UFO video would be the UFC guy. But we can cover this quick. The propulsion system that, Calogero sent us this article. This comes courtesy of him. I don't think he is here tonight, but he sent us this article, so shout out to Calogero. Thank you for sending us this. It's just talking about different means of propulsion. NASA's electrifying new propulsion systems. Since the beginning of the space program, people have been captivated by big, powerful rockets like NASA's Saturn V rocket that sent Apollo to the lunar surface, or the Space Launch System that will produce millions of pounds of thrust as it sends Artemis. But now we're talking about, this is kind of a longer article, but kind of really down here is where...
Well, they want to use some sort of like a high-powered solar electric propulsion system to put stuff around the moon, which is kind of cool. And I don't know if you guys have seen recently, they came out, they were able to demonstrate that like a solar sail would work. And that if, that it would continue to pick up speed and eventually it would be traveling pretty fast. I think we talked about that on the show at one point. Like it would be traveling, I don't know what it was. Something half of the speed of light or whatever it was if it just kept going and going and going with no drag.
That looks kind of cool. It looks like a really sophisticated can with lasers coming out of the back of it.
Right.
It's pretty cool. All right,
nuclear thermal propulsion. They got a bit
propulsion.
About nuclear thermal. We talked about that last time. The little tiny nuclear ceramic sealed nuclear device.
They're talking about that. They're talking about ion drives. They're talking about, they've got a few different things they got where they're talking, because people are starting to ask questions like, yo, how are we going to get to Mars like reliably? Like people are starting to wonder how that's going to work out. And, they've got to come up with something that's not, I don't know, based on free energy. So,
man.
So they've got a couple things they're gonna release and let us know about that are potentials for moving about the space atmosphere. That doesn't really work, does it? Space atmosphere. The space environment. There you go. Space environment. Okay, so we got a UFC guy who he had a contact experience. So found this on Talk Sport. UFC fighter Diego Sanchez says he was visited by a UFO on Wednesday. No, you didn't read that wrong. The New Mexico resident claims a UFO flew over his house. Oh, just this
past Wednesday?
Yeah.
Is this recent?
A UFO flew over his house. It was obvious it was watching him, he says. Sound familiar? So this is happening to a lot of people that are celebrities or you know what I mean? Some more so than others, but this is happening to a lot of well-known people, and I think there's a reason for that. I've been reading about this left and right, where New Mexico is something of a hotbed. If you want a better term for UFO sightings, and Sanchez got his daughter to witness that moment too. Oh, that's really cool. The Walter wrote on Twitter, I was doing energy work. Notice, he was doing energy work on his patio as a UFO flew right up on me. I called for my daughter, quick. She watched this thing hover, only hundreds of feet away. Albuquerque is a trip. Sightings are regular here. But this was contact tonight. It was so obvious it was watching me. Ooh. I think that's so cool.
Are we gonna go? When are we going alien hunting?
I don't know. When Alara doesn't have, I don't know when we're going alien hunting. But you don't hunt them, Foil. That's not how it works. There's other things we could hunt.
I hunt
but
things.
You don't hunt them. they kind of decide.
Okay, when are we gonna go?
Okay.
Contact them.
Contact seeking. The
Yes.
seeking of
I
contact seeking. That's what we can call it.
Shoot at anything. Allegedly.
And she wonders why they don't show up. Okay, so right? It's terrible. All right, so this video comes courtesy of Divine Fractal, sent it to me. And she found this on Facebook. Yeah, thank you, Divine Fractal. Oh, she is here.
Yeah.
She says the PT said this year there would be more celebrity and politician contacts. Interesting, because it is happening. Big
Can
time.
they take Biden with them to wherever they're going? Just
right.
if you guys see one, feel free to ask.
All right, so
that'd be a super solid.
Check this out. So it's this guy's.
Oh, the video? Yeah, this is awesome.
So
video.
it's on this guy's Facebook. I'll read off his name so you know where you can find it. And Foyle and I are gonna. But this was actually checked out by the same friend of ours, I believe, that Divine Fractal and I have in common, who checked it for CGI and that sort of thing. So this seems to be legit. Appears to be legit, friends. Thought I'd show it with you. All right, what's going on here? Where's the play button? Oh, it's down here. This guy's, I love how he doesn't even get nervous. Like, he obviously sees UFOs a lot. He's not even tripping. This guy's not even tripping. Oh, please don't do that.
You said he was in Australia?
Look, Skynet's messing with us. Look.
No. The video will play.
Oh, no. Oh, come on now.
They got to see this. Hit the reload button.
I'm going to reload because we don't, yeah.
Or X some of that other stuff out.
If I use all the articles, it's all good.
Yeah.
Oh, here we go. Okay.
There you go. See?
Here we go. We're going to make this happen. Where's the make it large part?
In the middle. I don't know. Just hit the play in the middle,
okay.
right?
I got to make it large. Hold on.
Okay.
Here we go. There we go.
There we go.
Hey, see, that's UFO.
UFO.
Look.
See, that's UFO.
I like his narrating.
Mm-hmm.
He's not even alarmed at all. He's just like, check it out.
Look at that thing. It's swooping all around and changing colors and whatnot.
Yeah.
Look
at his pad, dude. Look
I
at
know.
that
That's why I said, where is he at? At first, I thought maybe he was in like Abu Dhabi or somewhere cool. I mean, not that Australia
He's very fast.
Cool, but
really huge.
Look, this guy's like chasing it. Watch. I love this guy. Kind of cool. You could see, I mean, it might be harder for you guys out there to see, but you could see the dots going around in a circle, like not going around, but like you could see that you could see it's a triangle probably because there's like 3 of them that just sort of circulate. But I mean, it looks like he's putting on a show for that guy. Pretty cool.
Didn't you say he compares it to he films a plane at some point?
In just a second.
Now it's 10 o'clock.
Yeah, watch.
Today is Wednesday. Brisbane, Wollongabba, Australia, Queensland.
I mean, that thing is kind of flashing at him, it feels like.
Freedom lover, I absolutely hope you're right and believe you're right. And pray you're right.
Right?
Let's put it that way.
Or they could take him to moon prison. I'm still advocating for a moon prison.
Is he still taping that UFO?
Yeah.
Oh, this isn't the airplane? No, that's the UFO.
No.
It's really fast.
Did you see it zipping around? Yeah, it was zipping around like this.
It is not drone. I can see it. It is like a plate.
He said it's like a plate.
Is that what he said? Plate?
I don't know.
Huh.
I also thought he said it's not drunk, but I'm sure that's not what he said.
EOT Deep says that's a quadcopter. So, what's a quadcopter?
No. Flying around like that?
He said it's a quadcopter drone.
Look.
Oh, what? Somebody figured that out?
That's what they're saying in the chat.
Aw.
I've never seen a quadcopter drone up close. Is that what they do?
With the 4 things.
And their lights rotate from one to the other 4, but I don't see 4. I only see 3 on that thing.
That one is airplane.
There's an airplane. I mean, we all know what those look like, but I'm not that familiar with drones. I don't have one, so I don't think everybody.
This one is airplane, normal airplane.
Yeah, I don't. They're saying it's a quadcopter drone, but I don't. I think it might be looking a little different to them out there than it does to us. This closer up.
I know that there are a lot of drones now that are mistaken for UFOs. I'm sure.
Right, but I mean, and if that was a drone, how is it moving so fast? Like, to my understanding, drones don't move that fast. It seems to be covering. Yeah. So I mean, I'm open to the idea that there could be a drone because it's not doing anything too crazy. But
thanks, Suiterbug.
Suiterbug. Hello, sorry I'm late. I'm back from Michigan. Everyone I spoke to up there, and they voted Trump. Absolutely wonderful. Thank you, Suiterbug.
You made it out alive. That's great because as far as I understand it, yeah, Gretchen.
Anyway, we thought that was interesting.
On one.
Divine Fractal sent us to him, and it's definitely not CGI. So whether it's a UFO or it's some sort of drone, more advanced drone thing that we're unaware of, not sure. But seems like a couple people in the chat seem to think that's what it could be. So anyhow, okay, so what else do we have left? So here's the Schumann. So look, you know this I don't even know what to call it, you guys, but this line thing that's happening here, not the green line thing, but the lines that are going, what do you call it when things go up and down?
The vertical?
Yes, the vertical lines. That is getting worse and worse, Foil. That's what I don't understand. Like, at first it was just a little bit, it was kind of like that, but now look at it, it's starting to go all the way down. Do I know what that means? No, I have no idea what that means, but I just think it's interesting that
something is happening. Yeah, and then there's a big black square at the end. We don't know what it means. We're gonna figure it out.
So I interviewed Justin Deschamps from Stillness in the Storm.
Oh, yeah,
and Madison Smith on this channel, I think like a week ago on Monday, and it's up right now, you guys. He goes in about the middle of the interview. I start asking him about the Schumann. He is extremely knowledgeable when it comes to the Schumann.
Yeah, he had a lot of answers.
If you're curious about Schumann information, please watch that interview because he really breaks down a lot of Schumann stuff in there. And it's very... Go ahead.
Are you talking about, when you say the vertical, you're talking about the black lines? It almost looks like there's pieces of data missing.
Right.
Does that make sense?
Yes, it looks like there's
that's what it looks like. It looks like there's pieces of data missing. So, I wonder why.
I don't know. I don't know. Maybe somebody in the chat has an idea why. I don't know.
It sure does. I mean, they're almost...
But it never used to look like that. So I don't know what's happening. But whatever's happening, it's getting worse. Or it's getting, it's getting worse.
That's nuts, dude.
So there's really no concerning... solar stuff this week, you guys, that I need to make.
Didn't we have that M class that came right after we got off last week, and then we had some outages this week? It seems like that might have been. Do you remember that? We figured it out almost as soon as we got off of here.
I don't think we didn't have an M class. If we'd had an M class, Foil, we wouldn't be sitting here talking.
I thought that's what it was.
No, you have to watch out because some of those channels that do space weather, they're like big time, like just fear porn or clickbait, like big time. Like, you have to be careful. That's why I only pay attention to certain space weather people, because a lot of them really are like clickbait. You'll click on it thinking, oh no, something's gonna happen, and if you really go and check the solar data, like it's not there. It doesn't, and like I'm telling you, in M class we would have noticed it. And that all of our media going down, that happening last week. I mean,
yeah. Well, I mean, that could have been,
that
have other.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, I don't think that was tied to solar weather. Although I didn't personally do the dig on it, so I can't say that for sure. And I could go and look, but I highly doubt it at this point. At least that would be my whatever it is on. I lose my words sometimes. You guys all know that.
That was Starlink firing up, maybe.
Right. So
I do watch Suspicious Observers. I like Suspicious Observers. I like them. Dutch Sense. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No, I just want to show them the Antarctica thing, dude. So look, guys, this is super weird. Check this out.
Oh, the dome?
Yeah. Look at this.
Yeah.
Okay. Look at this. We've got Google Earth user, New York Post tweets this out. Google Earth user spots dome-covered cave in Antarctica sparking alien theories. So look, check this out. There's clearly a man-made dome.
Yeah, it looks like
what looks like an inner Earth entrance or something, and there's like a man-made dome covering.
Yeah,
it.
Mr. MB333 had the video I think earlier in the week, but you could see like the dome covering it is smooth metal. It does not look like the surrounding rock at all. I mean, he was able to break down for depth. I mean, these curved, it looks like support beams going around. You know, where the entrance would be.
I think it's supporting people not being able to see inside of it.
I think it definitely supports
Yeah, I think
that.
that's what it's supporting.
For sure.
Yeah. So, but interesting nonetheless, right? I thought that was remarkable. Thought we should share it with you guys.
Mm-hmm.
Is there any other stuff? Let me look at the space stuff that I have saved in the bookmarks. Let's see if there's anything in here that we really ought to cover. Oh, there was, we can't go into it right now. Or what is this? Oh, here it is. Here's the stickers, the video I was going to show you guys earlier. Here it is. Hold on. Oh, right?
Legit AF.
Right? I love it. Look at the Space Force sticker. That's so cool. I don't know. I just think the decal, the Space Force decal on there is just so cool.
I mean, once you got a decal on something, it's official.
All the work that goes into putting it on there, I just think it's
it
cool.
does look like they had to put they had to do some
a lot of
work.
And there's an article that got released. There's an interview with General Raymond that the U.S. Space Force tweeted out. So the tweet, I'll just show you the tweet. And if you guys want to take the time to read the article, then you should do so. Recently, Space Force DD General John Raymond sat down with Rich Topia to discuss his career and the future of U.S. Space Force. And so this interview comes from Rich Topia. And I will actually go and, you can find it on U.S. Space Force's Twitter feed, but I'll go in and retweet this after the show so it's easier to find for you guys if you want to check that out. And on that note, I think that about covers everything we wanted to cover. We did pretty well.
Thank you for everybody that did super chats, right? Do we have any shows coming up?
Thank you to the mods so much. I know tonight was a little bit weird.
Sorry about the evil AI.
I will get the Conspiracy Couch episode back up as soon as it's done editing. So just give me a little bit of time on that. And yeah, so I'm going to be doing, I started doing interviews about a week ago when I interviewed Justin, and I'm going to be switching them to Wednesday nights at 6:30 p.m. And they're going to be live, the interviews that I do. So the next one, the first live one actually will be Cliff Mahudi, who is a Zooner, a Zuni elder. And he's just full of a lot of wonderful information and wisdom. And I'm actually really, really excited to talk to him. And we'll be sitting down together. Yeah, he's just one of those people that has that ancient knowledge and wisdom that is so valuable and seems to be really lost on our society today. So he'll be on with me 6:30 p.m. Pacific Wednesday night here live on my channel, and that will continue every Wednesday at 6:30 Pacific with different people. And it's going to be quite a variety, you guys. I can tell you that right now. It's going to be different every week. So
it's going to be stoked.
Yeah, it's going to be fun. I'm excited. And for those that don't know, Loyal to the Foil has her own YouTube channel now.
I do.
It is linked in the description below. You cannot find it by just typing it in. So
they hate me.
Share
my videos.
It's in the description below. You can find it. Please go and subscribe and hit the notification bell so you can know when I don't even know when she goes live half the time.
I don't do schedules except for with Alara.
I got the bell now though. I hit the bell, so hopefully
you go.
I'll win one of these days. So yeah. I wanted to also let you guys know the person who does my digital media on this channel.
Yes.
Is Miss Brianna Eaves. She does incredible work, and she does work for a lot of different people, but most of the people that she does work for have been taken down, and she's lost her merch shop. She's lost a lot of stuff. So if you're looking for digital print, digital media, please consider, checking out her stuff, right, and hiring her. She could use the work. She's been hit pretty hard through this stuff, and she does really incredible work. So her Twitter account is linked below, and that would be the best way to find her. She's done the intro on my channel. She did the Space Force News thing that you see right here. She does most of the digital media on anything related to this channel. So anyway, thank you, Brianna. Love your work. Keep it going. And
indeed.
Yeah, I think other than that, Keystone Channel has a show on Monday at usually 4 p.m. is her time. I don't know how to say his name, but I think she has a Patriot veteran on as her guest on Monday. So definitely go and check that out. And other than that, I don't think we have any other announcements. Go ahead, Foil.
No. Like, share, subscribe, guys. Follow us on Twitter. Our links are in the description below. You can also donate to Space Force News at loyaltothefoil.com. But if you do, please specify that it's for Space Force, because I get donations for my channel there as well. Also in the description below, and be sure to be here next Sunday at 9 p.m. Pacific. No, 9 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Pacific for another week of Space Force News Live. Keep your eyes on the skies and stay loyal.
We are your news in this dimension and the next. Good night, Space
and
Peeps.
The next.
Yeah.
And the next.
And the next.
And the next.
We'll see you next week. Good night.